So in this video, I'm gonna go through the 5 types of strategies that I use that make me super successful. But before we get into this video, you guys gotta like, subscribe, and comment on this video to show me that you guys appreciate and really like this stuff. So strategy is very important in everything you do in life, from business to relationships, to health, and everything else in between. Without strategy, it's very hard to achieve almost anything in life. But if strategy is used properly, you can almost guarantee success in anything that you guys do. So now let's get into my favorite strategies that I always implement. So strategy number 1, picking my battles. So first off, I have a lot of partners and we always have to agree and decide on different things. So honestly, what I'm gonna tell you now might be a little shocking, but literally, I probably don't get my way 8 out of 10 times. The reason why is because literally most things that we have to agree on aren't that important. Maybe 20% of the things that we have to agree on are super important. So what I try to do is give in and let my partner win on those small things, which is about 80% of the time. So I win all the big things, which is only 20% of the time. In their mind, they think they're winning 80% of the time, but really those 80% of the things they're winning on aren't that important, don't really mean anything, but the ones that are really important, I always win. So besides my business partners, I literally do this with everybody else I know, whether it's professional people like my attorneys or accountants, or whether it's just my friends or my family. So some examples of some of the minor things that I always give into are things that really don't change the bottom line. No matter what they do, no matter what they ask for, and nothing drastically could happen, I give into those things. So for example, slightly changing hours of the business, adding or taking out a few things off a menu, changing things like some obstacles in some of my entertainment business or some of the scoring, small promotions that some of the management team might want to have. So some of the things I think that are really important are things that could drastically change the way the business is making money. Things like changing the pricing structure drastically, choosing some of the high-level employees and figuring out the ways to incentivize them and pay them, spending a whole lot of money on something that's not going to get the return that makes sense for spending that amount of money on. So be sure to pick your battles wisely, because literally if you fight and try to win every little thing, it's going to really affect you winning the big things. And another reason why it's very important to pick your battles is I wouldn't want to fight or grapple with someone that's way bigger, way stronger than me that's going to kick my ass. I make sure that I pick the right people to go with. Hey, but Jeff, I'll kick your ass any day. Make sure you don't mess with me. I keep getting questions about why I keep bringing up this guy, Jeff. If you want to know who Jeff is, make sure you watch this video right here. So my second strategy is to take major action and take as many shots as you can at everything that you want to do. When I do this strategy, I literally lose more times than I win. However, part of the strategy is making sure that most of my losses are very, very small. And when I do find something that's good, take it to the next level and make as much money on that as possible. So let me explain this by using a poker analogy. I used to play a lot of poker back in the day. So with poker, you could literally have the worst hand 80% of the time and still take everybody's money. How? Well, when you have the worst hand, you lose a little bit every single time. But when you have the best hand, you sucker people into taking all their money. So I use the same strategy with business. This is how I use it with business. I literally try all kinds of different businesses, and you know what? When they don't work, I just cut my losses right away. But when I find that great business, I take it all the way and do it for many, many years and take every single penny I can out of that business. So a lot of businesses you never see me talk about, the reason why is because they didn't do good and I cut my losses and I lost 10, 20, 30,000 bucks. But the ones that did really well, I made millions, tens of millions, and even $100 million in my best business. I never would have had those businesses if I didn't try so many other things that I didn't do well on. So strategy number 3 is analyzing all my risk and rewards for everything I do and creating plans for all scenarios that happen. So with business, before I do anything, I make a spreadsheet and I put all the positives on it, all the negatives on it. How much is the most I could make? How much is the most I can lose? How much time will it take? You know, every single thing about that's important to me, I put on there, and then I use a ranking system. I rank everything from 1 to 10, and then I do an average. And the ones that have the highest number are the ones that I try first. As you guys know, I do a ton of real estate. So literally when you do construction, you're supposed to get permits for almost anything, especially in a lot of the cities around here. But before I get permits, I try to analyze, okay, if I get a permit, how much is it gonna cost? How long is it gonna take? And is it worth it? Or should I just try doing this stuff without a permit? And if I get caught, what will be the repercussion and will it be worth it? So most of the time, I just figure it's worth doing it without a permit. And most of the time, I get away with it and everything's fine. And using this strategy, I don't always win. Sometimes I get caught and I have to go get permits and I have to figure it out. But usually I'm smart enough to figure out a creative way to get out of it. If you want to see how I got out of trouble not getting a permit and how a dead electrician saved my ass, watch this video right here. God damn, I can't believe it. Are you still watching this video and you haven't subscribed to this channel yet? Make sure that you comment and like this video. Do it right now. So my strategy number 4 is being very intentional with everything I say and everything I don't say and everything I do. It all comes back at the end and it will make a lot of sense. All right, let's elaborate. Before I talk to people, especially people that I haven't talked to much or don't know yet, I make sure that I compliment them a lot. I make them happy. I'd say stuff that's gonna really get them to like me and trust me. That way I end up getting what I want from them ultimately at the end. So almost everything I do, I kind of work backwards, right? I try to figure out what my end goal is or what I really want to happen, and I figure out what needs to happen to make that happen. So when I start off, I already have all this stuff in place and I build it up to at the end, I always get what I want. So an example would be when I was younger, I used to go to some different sports games, whether it was football or baseball, and a lot of times I went early because I wanted to get people that were athletes to autograph them before the game starts. So I knew that if I was to wear the shirt with them on it, they would more likely sign my autograph than not, or they'd give me first shot instead of somebody else. So I would literally bring a few shirts to the ball games, and when I saw one player, I would put his jersey on and be like, hey, I'm your biggest fan, give me a jersey, this is what I want. Naturally, they're gonna sign mine first and they're gonna put on there whatever I want. And then when I saw another player, I would just switch the shirt and do it with them. This was intentional. I literally bought multiple shirts with multiple players so I can get every single athlete to like me and sign exactly what I wanted to do. So strategy number 5, one of the most important strategies of them all. You have to build rapport and get people to like and trust you. Once you do that, you can get anything that you want. So think about it like this. If you like and trust someone, is there anything within reason that you won't do for that person? Probably not. You'll probably do just about anything. Now think about it reversed. If you don't really like somebody, will you do anything that they want? You probably won't do anything. So this is why it's so important to get people to like you. It's literally the difference between getting anything that you want or getting nothing. So again, with rapport, I use my rapport in every situation. I use it with my family, I use it with business people, professional people, everybody. So let me give you a couple examples. Obviously, you guys know that I buy a lot of real estate and I love buying a lot of businesses as well. So let me give you an example with business and with real estate. So with real estate, I buy a lot of my properties from wholesalers, and I really want to get good rapport with every wholesaler so they give me first shot and give me the best deals. So what I like to do is I like to talk to them, meet them, show them all the different properties I've bought and how I could be their best source for them to sell me properties. Now, a lot of times some of these wholesalers have some really good deals, but they have some deals that aren't so good. So the way I build rapport and get them to really like me is to tell them, look, I'm not gonna just take all your good stuff, I'll take some of your crappy stuff too. And literally, I bought lots of crappy deals. At the same time, I bought good deals from these wholesalers so they saw that I'm the go-to person to buy everything going forward. So now with business, I bought many businesses recently, and usually what I'll do is I'll go talk to the sellers, I'll make sure that they really like me, I'll figure out all the stuff we have in common, and I show them, and that way we bond and have that mutual respect for each other. And later on, when it's time to do the terms for this deal, they are so friendly with me that they'll literally do anything I suggest. So if you guys want to strategically build rapport with me, do deals with me, and get me to really like you, you need to comment below, subscribe to my channel, and like and share this video with everyone else. But hey, if you want to watch more about how to build rapport, watch this video right here.